Hi there. This time we show the top level user interface of texBlend so that you have an overview what the main buttons and controls mean. The UI is separated in different sections. One section is the top, the image, where you preview the ready to go blended image. Then you have a separation toolbar, which we explain in a minute. Below this you have the recipe browser, which allows you to select different recipes to be applied to your image, and below that you have another toolbar. Let's go over all these elements in more detail. On the upper toolbar, you have in the left corner, you have the camera icon, which allows you to go either to the photo library to select images, or you can shoot directly an image using the iPhone or iPad camera. The slider below is an opacity slider which slides between the original image you loaded and the blended image. You can have any step in between for your final result. The button next to it is the frame manager. We have an extra tutorial on the frame manager, so we won't cover it in more detail here. Finally, in that row, we have the export image button, which allows you to either save the image to your camera roll, or it allows you to share to services like Flickr, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We had already this line. Just to get one thing explained, you may be irritated by all these locks you see on these recipes. The locks signal built-in recipes. Built-in recipes cannot be changed. But don't worry, that's not a deal at all, because what you can do, you can duplicate that recipe and make it completely your own and modify it to your delight. As you see, when I have a built-in recipe, there is no waste basket down there. If you have your own, you have a waste basket. We'll talk about that in a minute. Now we come to the lower toolbar. On the left, you have the button to enter the edit mode. There will be a special tutorial on all the settings for the edit mode, just that you know where it is now. We can leave it by hitting the X. The waste basket, I think we already explained. You can delete a recipe, but be sure you have a backup if you really like your recipe. And as explained, built-in recipes cannot be deleted. We don't want to delete the recipe. The plus button shows a menu which allows you to work with recipes. So you can create a new recipe. You can duplicate a recipe, which is an identical recipe with the current settings you edited in the edit window. You can replace the texture of a recipe. You can rename the recipe, give it short names, and it allows to save the texture of your current recipe to the photos library. And then we have the info pane. We talk about that in a future tutorial by itself, but just get you an idea, you can email the support for texBlend. You have resources, and there's a line, do not show help at start, which we have enabled, which means we don't see the help screens at the beginning. Backup, we will explain a little bit more detail later. I'll also look into the documentation. Import size, we most of the time have too large, which means internally the full size of the image is available to us, but and this also means it is saved to your camera roll in full size. But on the other side, we like to share the small version of our images because of bandwidth issues with email, and small should do for all Instagram and other web work. That's for now, more later.